you have questions about health, nutrition, something you read about in the paper, or some kind of article, if you want to contribute to the conversation, or if you have a success story, 855-660-4261 is our number on the Brightside. If you want to purchase any of the longevity products that you hear us talk about on the Brightside, you can head over to my website, brightsideben.com, and pull down on the shopping cart on the upper left-hand corner of the page, or you can call the Brightside Ben phone team at 866-735-2470, 866-735-2470. All right. Let's take our first phone call of the day and let's go to Oregon. Welcome, Truth Raider, to the Brightside. What's up, Carl, the Truth Raider? How you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm finally recovering from that time change. Boy, I hate that time change business there. But anyway, Pharmacist Ben, welcome back to the program again, and to all the listeners out there. My report on nascent iodine is what I'm calling in about today.
Okay, let's hear what you got to say.
Okay, I got the drops about a week or so ago. I started taking them very, very slowly. I was very careful on taking a certain amount of doses because I'm afraid of that Herxheimer response that a lot of people are talking about. So I took one or two at a time for the next, I guess for 2 or 3 days, and I noticed a little bit of kind of not like a headache, but a little bit of a fever feeling in the head, a little bit of a burning inside for maybe about a day or so. So I was a little out of sorts there. I think, well, this is probably my reaction to the drops and whatever in the chemistry of the body that it causes. But then after that, 2 or 3 days later, it went away. I don't notice too much of a change. Maybe a little bit of 5 or 10%, perhaps in intellectual quotient increase, and a little bit of some thought processes are a little bit better.
Were you taking I don't mean to interrupt, Carl. Were you taking the iodine to treat something specifically, or were you taking the iodine just as a general supplement?
General supplement and a protection
from the radiation
against the radiation perhaps coming in, and also an enhancer for all-around well-being and for the thyroid, for protection of thyroid and to regulate thyroid function a little bit better. So that's how it came out, and just a little bit more energy. But another thing that I noted, I have a problem occasionally with restless leg syndrome, and you were talking about getting cysteine and the,
I didn't know what syndrome you said, by the way.
Well, restless leg syndrome. I've had it on and off for many, many years, so it acts like a syndrome. Okay. But I notice if I have a good steak or something like that, cook it with some mashed potatoes and gravy, I sleep well. I don't have it at all. When I don't eat it, I have it. I get this really irritating tickling sensation, and I can't sit still. And I'm trying to sleep at night.
Well, that makes sense that your steak would help because depending on how well you cook your steak, the steak's got the B vitamins and minerals, and that's really what you're looking at if you have restless leg syndrome. The B vitamins and minerals, electrolytes specifically, are very important for helping blood vessels contract and relax, muscles contract and relax, the nervous system or nerves fire and not fire. And if you have restless leg syndrome, you're pretty much looking at an electrolyte or a B vitamin problem, magnesium, potassium, calcium, and or the B vitamins. So that kind of makes sense. How did you know about the Herxheimer reaction? I'm just kind of curious. That's sort of an esoteric pharmacy term. And by the way, the Herxheimer reaction, it refers to bacteria typically, but it can kind of be, it can kind of refer to any kind of detoxing that's done. The Herxheimer reaction is something that we learn about in pharmacy school, but we never talk about, and that's involves bacterial infections. When bacteria are killed, they can release their toxins, and you can go through a short-term or temporary period of toxicity as your antibiotics start to work. But it can be, sometimes people will talk about the Herxheimer reaction referring to any kind of detox. And I guess iodine can, some people will say that when they take iodine, they'll experience certain kinds of detox reactions. And that typically, at least according to Dr. Brownstein, who is the go-to man, in my opinion, on iodine, although I don't always agree with everything he says, he's the go-to resource for all things iodine. And he talks about bromine being dumped off of the thyroid as you as you start to take in and as your body starts to absorb iodine. And a lot of what people assume to be reactions from iodine is really a sign of bromine toxicity, which is a form of the Herxheimer reaction where you're detoxing when you take something good. So who told you about that? How did you know about it?
The promoted guest on the Alex Jones show, Dr. Edward Group.
Okay,
he was talking about it, that a lot of people have this condition that they have. It goes away after about a day or two.
Did he talk about bromine? Did this guy, was it Dr. Group?
Yes, Dr. Edward Group.
Was he talking about brominosis?
Yeah, he was talking about more than likely what's happening is the body is flushing it out, and it's coming out of your system, and then you're going to have side effects from the detoxification.
Okay, well, I got to move on, Truth Raider. What's your verdict on the iodine? What's your opinion? And then I got to move on here, bro.
Well, no doubt that it works better, but this is the deal. The deal of it is that since we don't live so much in a fluoridated area,
right.
We don't have fluoride in our water here. We have cleaner air, so I don't have that much of a dramatic improvement in things just yet because I think I'm already fairly not so toxified.
Right. You're not going to necessarily, we don't necessarily want to think that if I don't notice anything when I use my iodine, my nascent iodine, or whatever iodine supplements you're taking, that you're not getting the benefits, because if you're not hypothyroid or you're not frankly deficient in iodine, you may not notice a difference, but that doesn't mean you don't need it. And it's true about all nutritional supplements. Just because you're healthy and you're not noticing a difference when you take your nutritional supplements doesn't mean you didn't need it. This gets to the nature of the word essential. Essential means you better have it in your diet, you better have it in a supplement, or you're in big trouble. Even if you don't notice that your blood pressure's high or your blood sugar is off or you got digestive problems, the fact that these nutrients are essential means that you better be taking them. Carl, the Truth Raider, I got to move on. God bless you, man. Thanks so much for calling. I appreciate you. You're one of my smartest listeners, and I appreciate your call. Thanks, Carl. All right, let me see if I can get another call in here before I break. Philip in Texas, welcome to the Brightside. What's up, bro?
Hello.
Hello, Philip. How can we help you today?
I talked to you yesterday. Hey, listen, I have two children. One's 10, the other one's 6. They both have eczema.
Eczema? Are they eating too many eggs? That's how my call screener spells eczema. Anyway, I'm just kidding.
No.
Eczema is super easy to treat, Philip. It really, really is easy, and you can start to treat it right away. The skin cells, we've been talking about skin here now for a couple of days. Skin cells, the skin turns over. Skin cells turn over every 4 to 8 weeks, which means every 4 to 8 weeks you have an opportunity to have new, fresh skin. That means your eczema can go away within 4 to 8 weeks. And I'll finish this up when we come back from our break. Hang tight, Philip. You're listening to The Bright Side. I'm Pharmacist Ben. We'll be back after this.
You have all seen and heard about the elements of the periodic table. These elements are the building blocks of everything in the universe. You, my friends, are made from these elements. A shortage of any of these important trace elements can lead to disease. Go with the science and take the Lady Talk Health Challenge and get all 90 essential trace elements with a healthy start pack at LadyTalkLive.com or call 855-333-LADY. That's 855-333-5239.
Research shows it's not just what you put in your body that counts, it's what you put on it as well. Why not use an all-natural, healthy mineral-based makeup that actually benefits your skin? Once you experience the airiness and flawless coverage of Youngevity mineral makeup, you will never use anything else. With Youngevity, the perception of your complexion will be natural perfection. Animal-friendly mineral makeup at Mary Lou Health. That's MARILU Health.com or call 855-321-HEALTH.
So we decided to upgrade the look of our home.
You know, improve the curve appeal.
We decided to add the look of stone to the exterior.
We really like the stacked stone look.
Yeah, but when I checked into the price, it was ridiculous. No way could we afford it.
Then a friend told me about Genstone. Genstone.
Genstone comes in lightweight panels made of polyurethane. They've actually engineered the hassle out of installation. No mortar, no mesh. It was easy. Even I could do it.
We just screwed the panels to the wall and it looks like stone. I mean, it really looks like stone.
Yeah, from the box to the wall in minutes.
We love the look of our home now.
And Genstone is durable, comes with a 25-year warranty, and offers additional R-value for insulation.
If you want the look of stone at a price you can afford, call Genstone
at 855-955-STONE.
Trust me, you'll save money.
And you'll love the look.
855-955-STONE. That's 855-955-7866.
Great news, pure water lovers. BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com has a special discount offer for all GCN listeners. You can't do better than a Big Berkey for economy. For only 1.7 cents a gallon, a single set of filters can last for 5 to 10 years. There's none better than a Big Berkey for emergency preparedness as a backup water source. And you just can't beat a Big Berkey to remove dangerous chlorine, all types of fluoride, pathogenic bacteria, cysts, parasites, and unhealthy byproducts byproducts from municipal water. Berkey water filter systems are even powerful enough to purify stagnant pond water. For the gold standard in water filters, get a Big Berkey at BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com. And all GCN listeners get 5% off all ceramic filter systems. For details, call 1-877-99-BERKEY. That's 877-99-BERKEY. Big Berkey Water Filters, for the love of clean water.
I will never forget the day my son Jeremy told me he hated me and slammed the door in my face. I'm behavioral therapist Janet Lehman. Behavior problems can turn the child you love and your life into a nightmare. That's why my husband James and I created the Total Transformation, the step-by-step program that shows you how to fix the worst behavior problems and get your child to respect and listen to you again. No matter what the behavior, defiance, backtalk, angry outbursts, disrespect, we can help you stop it. Now you can get the Total Transformation for free. All you need to do is get the program and let us know how it works for you. You can keep it forever for free.
Limited number of free programs available. Call now. 1-888-912-1595. 1-888-912-1595. That's 1-888-912-1595. 1-888-912-1595.
Great minds think alike. The network for the independent-minded. The Genesis Communications Network. GC.
All right, we're back on the Brightside. Philip in Texas. You got 2 kids with eczema? Philip, did you say you have 2 kids with eczema?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so here's the deal. Eczema is so easy to treat. It's just tragic that we have to deal with it, and there's nothing the doctor can do. They'll just give you steroid creams. Eczema is a classic sign of an immune system, a defensive system that's run amok. You know, we look at our skin, and it doesn't look like anything, really. It just looks like stuff on top of covering the inside of our body. But really, if you look at the skin, you got to use your X-ray vision. You'll see cells. Just like the rest of the body is composed of cells, the skin is composed of cells. If you have eczema, that means the cells are not growing properly, they're not dividing properly, and that means only one thing. It means, remember, all disease is cell disease. It means you've got inflammation. You've got microscopic swelling. Not the kind of swelling that you can see, but a microscopic swelling around those cells. And as they're doing their business, as they're growing and dividing and making stuff, they're not doing it correctly because they're not getting fed because of this microinflammation. They're not getting breathed because of this microinflammation. And they're not getting detoxified because of that microinflammation. And that causes them not to grow properly. So what you want to do with eczema, first and foremost, is focus on why your body is not, why the cells are not growing correctly. And that means, number one, look to immune system problems. Inflammation means immune system problems. Inflammation, microinflammation, is how the defensive response shows up. So, to cut to the chase, eczema is a defensive response, or the manifestation of a defensive response. So what we got to do? We got to do one thing. Figure out why we have a defensive response. What's getting into the system? And that means, number one, look for food allergies. And number two, look for breaches in the intestinal barrier, in the wall that separates the blood from the digestive system. So look for problem foods and look to strengthen the digestive barrier. Usually it's got something to do with grains and dairy. So first and foremost, eliminate those. Secondly, get yourself on the Biolumin Nightly Essence, or get your kids on the Biolumin Nightly Essence ASAP, as soon as possible. How old are your kids, Philip?
What is that?
It's called well, how old are the kids?
10 and 6.
Okay, get them on the Biolumin Nightly Essence. Go to my website, brightsideben.com. Find the shopping cart. It's on the upper left-hand corner of the page. Pull down and look for the Biolumin. That's the name of the company, Biolumin. And the second term is the name of the product. It's called Nightly Essence. Have them taken 2 a day, each of the kids. 8-year-old, maybe 1 a day. 10-year-old, 2 a day. That's first. Secondly, focus on, well, first, eliminate problem foods. Secondly, you're going to have them use the probiotics, the Biolumin Nightly Essence. Third, you want to make sure they're getting their fatty vitamins, fats and fatty vitamins. That means the Ultimate EFA, and again, you'll find that off brightsideben.com. That's essential fatty acids. That alone can make a huge difference. And, sometimes fish oil can make a difference. A lot of people are ripping on fish oil, including my buddy Dr. Brownstein. His newsletter, he's got a big hit piece on fish oil. Well, I'll tell you what, in my experience, fish oil can be absolutely tremendous for helping folks deal with eczema. So I don't care what Dr. Brownstein says in this regard, or anybody else who's ripping on fish oil. And fish oil is not an essential fatty acid, by the way, but that doesn't mean it can't be helpful. So fish oil can help. Sometimes something called GLA, which is a type of fat, essential fat that comes from omega-6s, that can help too. You can actually put the Ultimate